It's Phil Ridarelli. No, that was bullshit. Phil Ridarelli!
Turn that up a little bit. So, I was 4 pounds when I was born. I was a month premature. I was born on my sister's birthday, and I spent a month in an incubator. The nurses called me Peanuts because holding me was like holding an empty blanket. I like to tell people, I sure made up for it, huh? I was 4 pounds when I was born. My mother broke her leg while she was carrying me. My mother was alone in the hospital room when I was born. The nurse said, I'm just going to step outside here for a minute and take care of some paperwork. My mom said, no, I think the baby's going to be born now. And the nurse said, no, you got plenty of time. I'll be right back. She left and boom, I was born. That's right. That kid's got a career.
Stop pinching that child, Noel.
I was 4 pounds when I was born. My oldest son was 8 pounds, 11 ounces, and my youngest was 8 pounds, 1 ounce. And they were really tiny. So, I mean, I must have been like the size of a peanut. I was 4 pounds when I was born. I'm the youngest of 4 children. My brother is 11 years older than me. My sisters are 9 and 6 years older than me. 6 years to the day. You see, I was born on Anna's birthday. When I was an infant, she put me on the center of our parents' bed, and she'd say to me, "You ruined my birthday." But I still love you. I like to remind her, you know, you had 5 birthdays all to yourself. I've had none. Before Anna and I were born, when it was just Tommy and Ro, my mother went to a fortune teller who told her, you're going to have 2 more children, which she did, and one of them is going to be an actor. And I had a broken leg when I was pregnant with you. Break a leg? That's what they tell actors. That was my mom. When my mother gave birth to me, she was the same age as her mother when she gave birth to her. Only her mother died in childbirth. Her father decided he had enough kids to take care of, apparently, so he gave her up to be raised by an aunt. That's right. My mother was 16 years old before she discovered that the woman who raised her was not her mother, but in fact, her aunt. Where have you been all night? What the fuck do you care? You're not my mother! But still, when I was born, that woman lived in our home, and my mother, my pregnant, hobbled mother, took care of her and her 3 children, and my father, who worked 2 jobs to support everyone. My mother and father grew up in Little Italy, literally around the corner from each other, but they never knew each other until they were in their early 20s and went on a blind date. My mother intentionally left her purse in my father's car so she'd have a reason to call him back. They left the neighborhood when fuckhead Senior decided he wanted to put a parking lot in there on their neighborhood to build his new university that was going to go over there on the southwest side. So they left the neighborhood and went to Gage Park. Now, for a moment, I got to pause just for a moment here because I need to share something with you that kind of blew my mind. It has nothing to do with the piece here, but it has everything to do with the piece. But Tommy and I were just paired up earlier this week, a performer and brewmaster here, and we started talking. And Tom, how old are you?
41.
45. I am 44 years old, and where do you live?
In Bridgeport now.
You live in Bridgeport? You know, I worked at 47 Homestead for like years right out of college. But that's not, where were you born? What neighborhood?
I was born at 5700 south of Winchester.
Get out of here. You know what? When I was born, the house I lived in was at 5610 South Sealy. It's about a block and a half south of Garfield, block west of Damon. Do you remember, yeah, same area. Do you remember the Cecilia's, the Italian restaurant on Damon?
Cecilia's, yeah.
Cecilia's. They had like a big neon
Big
Italian.
neon Italian, there's Italy. And
Yeah, the map of Italy was all flashy and everything. Good pizza. One of my best friends from elementary school lived right above Cecilia's. Where did you go to elementary school?
Henderson.
Get the fuck out. I went to Henderson. What year did you go to like kindergarten? I was there for kindergarten and first grade. What year did you go?
Kindergarten, first grade, and it was in 1970 and 71.
Yeah, 70, 71. Folks, Tommy and I were probably in the same fucking kindergarten class. I tried my damnedest in the short time I had to get my class photo with kindergarten. I was just to see the two of us like. We just met. We just discovered this over a conversation, a couple of beers, and more than a few shots. And I don't know about you, but quite frankly, I think we should win just for that. Well, here's the thing about that neighborhood, and really any of these neighborhoods, anyone can attest to this. If you grew up in a neighborhood where the houses are about 4 feet apart from each other, you know. Summer nights, kids running up and down the block, parents on the front stoop with a can of beer, talking, laughing, joking, telling stories about their past, telling ghost stories, until the street lights come on. The kids run up the porch and they lean on their mom or dad, signifying that it's time to go up to bed, and they do. The heat of the street light and the voices drift in through the window as I drift off to sleep. For Thanksgiving, we had turkey like anybody else, but for Christmas Eve, it was the Feast of the 7 Fishes. That's right. We usually, monkfish, shrimp, calamari, smelt. And when you go back to school after Christmas break, you hear from all your friends, what'd you get for Christmas? What'd you have for Christmas dinner? And they go, the turkey. And I'd wait patiently and trump them all with all my shrimp and smelt salads and things like that. They don't make faces, like, ugh, which of course made my Christmas Eve dinner taste that much better. We're going to go ahead and flip this now. Oh, look at that. So, just this past year, I hosted my family for the first time for Christmas Eve dinner for the Feast of 7 Fishes. Made a big deal on it. Went down to Caputo's, got all the seafood and the produce, bought my shrimp and the smelt and the artichokes down there, right? And I bought the shrimp whole. Could have bought them deveined and shelled and all that, but I figured, well, what the hell? If I can clean shrimp with my mom when I'm 5 years old, I can sure as hell clean it now, right? I was up till 2 a.m. ripping those motherfuckers apart. Their sharp little heads cutting my hands into ribbons. The shells clogging up my garbage disposal. I had to go to Walgreens twice for Drano. The next day, squeezing lemon juice on the shrimp salad, olive juice finding its way into my hand. Ah! I do this for you, mother! All the food, all the beer we've had today made by individuals with effort, care, concern, patience. Right? They had to learn how to do it from somebody else. They use great ingredients, right? Put love into it. What I got here are these are my mom's recipes. I typed them up. They're my mom's recipes for spaghetti sauce, pasta fagioli, and some meatballs. If you take that pile, you take this pile. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to take a few, and I want you to try them. I want you to let a kid help you out. I want you to save some and give it to your friend or a neighbor, okay? And then there's one more thing I want you to do for me. I appreciate your patience. If you could please repeat after me. I state your name.
I state your name.
Very good. Do hereby solemnly swear.
Do hereby solemnly swear.
That I will never again step foot in an Olive Garden. Fazio's, Spaghetti Warehouse, Sparrow, Maggiano's, Biaggi's, any fucking chain restaurant where the waitstaff say bruschetta. I promise never to drink beer from a bottle with a taste protection cap. I promise to never drink beer from a bottle that has mountains that turn blue. I promise never to drink wine from a box. I promise never to drink and drive. And I promise to vote for Tommy and Phil because they probably went to kindergarten together. That's all. You gotta eat some of the sausage too, that's it.
Eat some of the sausage. You got sausage and garlic up here. Hey, everybody don't forget, you got